Hello everybody and welcome to the Face Reading for Successful Relationships. Today we'll be talking about Julia Roberts and Danny Moder. I hope I pronounced his last name correctly. But first I want to share with all of you something. It's really fun for me to do these readings. By now over 90,000 people watch them from 145 countries. And I get a lot of good feedback and people are buying my book, Face Reading for Successful Relationships. But I also get these interesting comments, like when I did the reading on Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt. Someone wrote, "Hey, you just don't like this guy. You're on her side." It's because I said that he is stubborn and detached. I did not invent it. It's not my opinion. I gave you a lot of information in the YouTube's Face Reading 101 Part 1, Part 2. If I say something about a person, it's because I see this or that shape or feature, and it tells me what it means. You could do the same thing. I provided information. If you study it diligently, you can do the same thing. That's the beauty of the body of this knowledge, that it is not someone's opinion. It's knowledge that has been refined over thousands of years of human experience. Look, I did a Hillary Clinton reading. That's even more funny. Most of those who are pro-Hillary just hate Trump. And those who are pro-Trump, of course, despise Hillary. I received an email saying, "Yes, of course you say Hillary can be heartless and deceptive. It's because you're a Trump supporter." I also received an email saying, "You could not be more wrong. You said she is reliable, a long-distance runner in every way, willful and loves challenges. Look, she is a liar and she is barely standing on her feet. You are just a Hillary man. Listen, I have my political views, but morphology is an accurate geometrical science. I tell you what I see. Read up on bilious, and you will see that all of the above is true about a bilious. But as I said many times before, people may have certain qualities and predispositions, but the choices they make are based on their morality, on their values. A bilious is a long-distance runner and a long-distance planner, but any bilious may choose to lie for long-term gains, and the bilious can get ill and have no energy. Okay, let's go back to our reading of today. Julia Roberts and Danny Moder, ladies and gentlemen. Let's look at their individual characteristics. First, we'll talk about them individually, then as a couple. Here they are, a bit older, though nothing in their morphology changed. So we start with Julia, her face, that is her personality. It looks like she is a sun. Here, on the left side is the geometrical shape of the sun face. And here on the left and on the right sides are man and a woman with a sun personality. Just for you to see, even among the same face shape, there are slight differences. So what do we know about the sun personality? The sun are the least aggressive of all personalities from the sanguine family. They do not do things to conquer, to prove themselves, or to seduce you. Though sociable and great company if invited, if not invited, they're just fine. Out of sight, out of mind is how they operate. They are naturally detached, aloof and distant, and often mistakenly perceived as arrogant. But they're not arrogant. They're simply comfortable being on their own. They form few close relationships and are very choosy who they pick as friends. A son may choose to be in a romantic relationship only when they decide it is time for them to be in one. Even then they will need a lot of space and time for themselves. Someone who wants to be with a partner all the time will make them feel suffocated, and they will quickly find a way out of such a relationship. They are capable of both having original creative ideas as well as seeing old ideas in a new way. But now let's look at a few changes that happen over the years. Here is Julia at different ages. Look at the tip of her nose. Here. You see the roundness? That means that the person is naturally kind. And here we go. The sign of our time, a nose job. You see on the right side the roundness of the tip of the nose. And in the picture on the left, it's gone. The nose is different. Here goes her natural kindness. Another job, and the body is different. Remember the yin and yang? That which is inside is outside, that which is outside inside. The more artificial changes you make, the further away you are from yourself. The talented, sweet actress that I know from so many wonderful movies is still great on stage, but in real life, I wonder if she knows herself as well as she did before the surgeries. Honestly, when I decided originally to do this reading, I thought I would say all these wonderful things about Julia because I love her acting. But as I look at these plastic surgeries, really it's tragic. What happened with being yourself or aging gracefully? I actually started doing a reading called Face Reading of the Faces Changed. And after downloading some pictures, so many deformed faces, I just became sad and decided not to do it. So many people, good people, gave up their real faces, that is, their real personalities in the pursuit of what? Getting rid of wrinkles or sagging flesh here and there. That's what comes with getting older and wiser. Look, did Audrey fill her wrinkles with Botox? Botox is so popular this day. No, she carried her wrinkles with grace. Anyway, I got off the subject. Julia Roberts' profile, that stands, of course, for her temperament, her energy type, and the inborn characteristics. On this picture, you can see the roundness of the forehead. Otherwise, you would simply think she's a pure sanguine. Yes, her chin is protruding, but there is that roundness of the forehead, even though it's slightly tilted and the corner of the jaw is really under 45 degrees angle, and it's not straight down like that of a sanguine. So the corner of the jaw is also bilious. So she is a bilious with a sanguine chin. And that tells us that by nature Julia is willful, organized, and a long-term planner, with the need to have challenges and to overcome them. She can also be stubborn and oppositional. That's the bilious part of her. Yet from her sanguine part, she inherited impulsiveness, spontaneity, love of fun, impatience, and the desire for the world to satisfy her needs. So the bilious self-sufficiency and the need for independence may clash with the sanguine need for comfort and create conflicts within herself and those around her. Now let's morph Danny Moder. The face is easy to recognize. It's the most rare face out of 12 personalities. Danny is Uranus. Here, some people who look like him, you can see. Uranus. Uranus' personality includes all characteristics of the Saturn traits, plus their own unique qualities. First, as a Saturn, Danny is extremely time-conscious, needs to be on time, and is very uncomfortable if he is even a few minutes late. He likes time to be accounted for. He is very reliable and very orderly. He has more perseverance in what he does than any personality. He takes time before acting. Oh, yeah. That really does not go well with the spontaneity of his lady. Overcoming challenges gives his life meaning, very much like Julia's bilious qualities. But he likes to work on specific details, while she prefers to delegate the working out of the details to others. Sounds like it would work very well for them. As a Uranus, he is not only a deep philosophical thinker, but often may be far advanced in his thinking. While Saturn's behavior is always measured and predictable, Uranus, as Danny is, may be quite eccentric. Two eccentrics in the same house may spell trouble at times. But let's look at Danny's temperament now. Bilious he is, as you can see. Pretty much a pure bilious. You see the forehead is on the level of the chin, and the corner of the jaw is also bilious. Here he is older, but the same bilious. So as a bilious, he possesses the same characteristics that Julia does in her bilious part. If you watched my YouTube Face Reading for Successful Relationships User Guide Part 3, you may remember that being with someone who is just like you, like your temperament, is a red light, not a good idea. Fortunately, Julia is also a sanguine, but a sanguine and a bilious combination is still yellow light. Proceed with caution, because the same charm, spontaneity, and lightness of being on the long run of the sanguine that Julia is partially or part of, on the long run may drive our bilious with the Uranus face absolutely insane. See, Mr. Uranus also has a thin upper lip, look careful, upper lip, which means he does not share easily with what he really feels. And his eyebrows are of different shape, revealing internal tension. Also, his mouth is small, that tells us that he has some resistance to social connectedness. And that is next to Mrs. Shining Star with a big mouth that wants to eat up the world. He, with his ears far from skull, meaning independence, may often just run his own show. With all that said, they have been together for years and raised children. Well, there had to be some magic, and as King Solomon said, love is as strong as death. But knowing human morphology tells me that to make this relationship last that long did require a lot of work. And that is all for this couple. Thank you for being with me today. Peace to all who want to live in peace.